Hi friends, welcome to Methodology classes. In today's class, we are going to discuss MCQs based on coordinate geometry. We will be getting one or two questions from this topic, but the topic is very easy, and if you have understood the concept well, then you can solve the questions without using the pen, so that you can save the time for the long answer type questions. So let's start coordinate geometry. So the first question is the distance of the point P 2, 3 from the x-axis is. So if you have understood the concept, then we know that y coordinate represent the distance of the point from x-axis and x coordinate represent the distance of the point from y-axis. So its y coordinate is 3, so its distance from x-axis is 3. To make the things more clear, let's try to understand this. So if I draw the x and y axis here, so if there is the point 2, 3, so 3 is the y coordinate, means 3 will be represented by this vertical distance is 3. So if this vertical distance is 3 and this horizontal distance is 2. So this is 2, so this is 3 and this perpendicular. So the distance of this point from x-axis will be 3 and from y-axis will be 2. So in this way, in this case, the distance from x-axis has been asked, so our answer will be 3. If the question would have been the distance of the point P2, 3 from the y-axis, then our answer would have been 2. So moving to the next question. The distance between the points A 0, 6 and B 0, -2 is. So we have to find out the distance between the 2 points 0, 6 and 0, -2. So we have to use intelligence here. We don't need to use the distance formula, as if you see, because this is a one number question MCQ and they expect from us that give the answer quickly without using the distance formula. So if we know, if we think about the points A 0, 6, so x coordinate is 0 and in the point B also x coordinate is 0. So both the points lies on the y-axis. And if you visualize this, if we try to visualize this problem, so 0, 6 will lie on x-axis 6 units above the origin. So this is 0, 6 and 0, -2 lie 2 units below the origin. So 0, -2 will lie here. So if we think, so this point is 6 units above origin and this point is 2 units below origin. So the total distance between them should be 8 units. So if we use our brain, we can solve this question without using the pen. So it will save our time and energy also. So 6 plus 2, 8 units is the distance between 0, 6 and 0, -2. Moving to the question number 3. The distance of the point -6, 8 from the origin. So we know distance from the origin of any point is given by x square plus y square under root. So distance of x, y from the origin is root over x square plus y square. So if we try to think, we can think this problem as finding out the hypotenuse of a right angled triangle whose base and altitude or perpendicular are x and y. So we have to find out the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle whose base and altitude are 6 and 8, because the distance will always be positive. So it doesn't matter whether it is -6 or +6, because its square will remain positive. So distance, we know that we can find out its distance as -6 square plus 8 square. So that will be square root of 100 and that is 10. So this is the answer by using the formula, and we know that 3, 4, 5 is a Pythagorean triplet. So if I multiply by 2 to this, so 6, 8, 10 is also a Pythagorean triplet. So if there is a right angle triangle whose base and perpendicular are 6 and 8, so its hypotenuse will be 10. So answer will be 10 units distance from the origin. Next question is, the perimeter of a triangle with the vertices 0, 4, 0, 0 and 3, 0 is. So we have to find out the perimeter of a triangle whose three vertices are 0, 4, 0, 0 and 3, 0. We have to read every question very carefully and try to think the smartest way to solve the question. One person can read this question and start finding out the distances from between all the three vertices, but that will take a time and a lot of calculation also. And here, if we analyze or if we try to visualize the three vertices, so one is the origin 0, 0, this is x, this is y. So one is the origin, one is 0, 4, so 4 units above origin, and the other one is 3, 0, so 3, 0 is this. So these are the three vertices, and we have to find out the perimeter of this triangle. Means we have to find out the perimeter of this green triangle. So if we see, this is 4 units, this side is 4 units, this is 3 units, and this is the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle whose two sides are 4 and 3. And we know 3, 4, 5 is a Pythagorean triplet. So if two sides of a right angle triangle are 4 units and 3 units, its hypotenuse will be given by 5. So if we want to find out the perimeter, then 3 plus 4, 7, 7 plus 5, 12 units will be its perimeter. So in this way, without using the distance formula, we can answer this question quickly and save our time and energy. Now let's move to the next question. The area of a triangle with vertices 3, 0, 7, 0 and 8, 4. So as we know that area of the triangle formula is not in our course this year. So there must be some other way to find out the area. So if we try to plot these vertices on the Cartesian plane, so 3, 0, y coordinate is 0, so this will be on the x-axis somewhere, so 3, 0. 7, 0 will be also on x-axis. So if I extend this line, so 7, 0 will be somewhere here, and 8, 4 will be somewhere here, and 4 will be somewhere here. So these are the three vertices of the triangle of which we have to find out the area. So we have to find out the area of this triangle. So if we use our basic formula for finding out the area of the triangle, that is half into base into height is the formula for finding out the area of the triangle. Now its base is how much long? If I take, suppose I name it A, B and C. So if I take AB as the base, so the length of the AB is from 3 to 7, that is 4 units. So if to find out the area, I need the height from this vertex to here. So length of this will be height of this triangle. And what is this? This is the perpendicular distance of the vertex C from x-axis, and which is represented by the y coordinate. So height will be 4 units. So if we simplify it, 2 to the 4 and 4 to the 8 square units will be the area of this triangle. So without using the formula for finding out the area of the triangle, we used the concept of half base into height, and we got the answer quickly and without much calculation. Now the next question is, the points minus 4, 0, 4, 0, 0, 3 are the vertices of. So options are right triangle, isosceles triangle, equilateral triangle and scalene triangle. So again, one may think that we can find out the length of each side. So there are three sides. We have to use the distance formula 3 times, and then we can see whether no sides are equal, or two sides are equal, or three sides are equal, or whether they satisfy the Pythagoras theorem or not. But that will take a lot of time. So again, let's try to think what is given and what has been asked and how can we answer it quickly. So this is x-axis, this is y-axis. One point is minus 4 comma 0. So that will be somewhere on the left side of the origin. Other point is 4 comma 0 on the right side of the origin, and one point is 0 comma 3. So these are the three vertices. So if we join the sides, so we have to tell what type of triangle this one is. So if we see, this is perpendicular because y-axis is perpendicular to x-axis at the origin. So this is perpendicular, and minus 4 comma 0 and 4 comma 0. So this is origin. So origin is the midpoint of this AB. If I name it ABC, so we can say y-axis is the perpendicular bisector of AB here. And we know any point on perpendicular bisector of a line segment is always equidistant from its endpoints. So we can say AC will be equal to BC. The distance of the point C from A and B will be equal. So anyhow, this triangle is going to be isosceles if AB is not equal to AC or BC. So if I try to find out the length of AB, we can see A is minus 4 comma 0, B is 4 comma 0. So length of AB will be 8. And length of AC will be how much? If I name the origin as O, so AO is 4 units and OC is 3 units. So this is a right angle triangle with two of its sides as 3 and 4. So hypotenuse will be 5. So AC and BC are 5 units and AB is 8 units. So we can say it is an isosceles triangle. So two of its sides are equal. Now let's move to the question number 7. The coordinates of the point which is equidistant from the three vertices of the triangle AOB as shown in the figure. So we have to find out the coordinates of the point which is equidistant from the three vertices A, B, and O. And this is a right angle triangle as x and y axis intersect at origin. So if we try to draw the circumcircle of this triangle, we know we can draw a circle passing through all the three vertices of any triangle. So if I draw a circumcircle of this triangle, so it will be somewhat like this, passing through A, O, and B. So this triangle AOB becomes angle in a semicircle because it is a right angle triangle, and we know if any right angle triangle is inscribed in a circle, so it will be angle in a semicircle. It means side opposite to the 90-degree will be its hypotenuse. So AB is the diameter of the circle, and the midpoint of AB, let's denote it by O dash. So O dash A and O dash B will be the radii of the circle, and if we join O dash O, then this is also radii of the circle. So we can say O dash O will be equal to O dash A will be equal to O dash B. So O dash is a point which is equidistant from all the three vertices, and O dash is the midpoint of AB, and the coordinates of AB, A is 0 comma 2y, B is 2x comma 0. So coordinates of O dash will be given by 0 plus 2x by 2 and 2y plus 0 by 2. So we can say its coordinates will be 2x by 2, that is x, and 2y by 2, that is y. So x comma y is a point which is equidistant from all the three vertices of the triangle. I hope this would be clear. Now let's move to the question number 8. So it is saying a line intersects y-axis and x-axis at points P and Q respectively. If 2, minus 5 is the midpoint of PQ, then the coordinates of P and Q are. So we have to be cautious here because y-axis is first, x-axis is after that, and P is first and Q is after that. So basically in our mind, as from our childhood, we have been studying x, y and z. So our mind process x first and then y first. But here they have written y first and then x first. So we have to be cautious. So a line intersects y-axis at P. So this is P and x-axis at Q. So if I join this, so this is the line. Let me draw it straight. So this is the line PQ and its midpoint has been given. So its midpoint is 2, minus 5. So P is on y-axis, so we know its coordinates will be 0, y, and Q is on x-axis, so its coordinate will be x, 0. And 2, minus 5 is its midpoint, so we know if midpoint of a line segment joining 0, y and x, 0 will be 0 plus x by 2 and y plus 0 by 2. So this is the midpoint. So from here, if these two coordinates are equal, these 2 points are equal, then its x coordinate should be equal. It means x by 2 should be equal to 2. So from here I get x is equal to 4 and y by 2 should be equal to minus 5. So from here I get y should be equal to minus 10. So x is 4, so this is 4, 0 and y is minus 10, so this is 0, minus 10. So the coordinates of P and Q, so P is 0, minus 10 and Q is 4, 0. So option D will be our answer. So this is how we got the answer of question number 8. So a line segment was given which was intersecting y-axis at P and x-axis at Q, and its midpoint was given. We had to find out the coordinates of P and Q. So we use the concept that any point on y-axis will be of the form 0, y, any point on x-axis will be of the form x, 0, and we use the concept of the midpoint, finding out midpoint, and we equated the given midpoint with the midpoint we got by using 0, y and x, 0, and comparing the coordinates, we got the value of x and y. So question number 9. If the distance between the points 4, P and 1, 0 is 5, then the value of P is. So generally we use the formula of distance between 2 points as square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. But here anyhow we have to square. So to save time we will not take the square root. So let's take that this point is x1, y1 and this is x2, y2. So if I use the concept, so I will be x2 minus x1 whole square, so 1 minus 4 whole square plus 0 minus p whole square is the square of the distance between these 2 points, that is square of 5, that is 25. So 1 minus 4 is minus 3 square is 9 plus minus p square is equal to 25. So from here we get p square is equal to 25 minus 9, that is 16. So if p square is 16, so p can be plus minus 4. So there are two possible values for p, that is plus minus 4. Now question number 10. If the points A 1, 2, O 0, 0 and C A, B are collinear, then. So if they are collinear, so we can use the concept of finding out AO, then OC and then AC, and we can try to show that AO plus OC is equal to AC, but that will be requiring using the distance formula 3 times, or there was one other way also, that find out the area of the triangle AOC formed and equate that to 0. But that formula is not in our syllabus now. So we will try to use other concept to prove them collinear. It means they lie on a given line. So if the points lie on a given line, then they have to satisfy the equation of that line. So what is the equation of a line? Equation of a line is a relationship between x and y. So if any point lies on that line, so they have to satisfy that relationship between x and y. So if I try to find out the relationship between x and y coordinates of A, so we can say that y is 2 times of x. Now for O also we can say y is 2 times of x because both are 0. So if I substitute x is equal to 0, value of y will also come 0. And if C has to lie on AO, then its coordinates should also satisfy the same relationship, means B, that is y coordinate, should be equal to 2 times of the x coordinate, that is 2A. So we can see option C should be our answer. So without using the area formula or the distance formula, we could prove that if C has to lie on AO, then B should be, y coordinate should be 2 times of the x coordinate. So we saved our time and energy. Question number 11. The point which divides the line segment joining the points in the ratio 1,2 internally lies in the options are first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. So we have to just tell in which quadrant the point dividing these 2 points in the ratio 1:2 lies. So we can tell the quadrant of any point by just knowing their signs, whether they are positive or negative or one positive, one negative. So we have to just find out their signs. So if any point divides a line segment in the ratio m1:m2, so we write its coordinates as m1x2 plus m2x1 divided by m1 plus m2, and the y coordinate is given by m1y2 plus m2y1 divided by m1 plus m2. So here m1 is 1 and m2 is 2. So we can write 1 into 3 plus 2 into 7 divided by 1 plus 2, and 1 into 4 plus 2 into minus 6 divided by 1 plus 2. So we don't need to calculate the whole value. We can see that the first coordinate involves only the positive quantities and there is only positive sign. So anyhow it is going to be positive. And the second quadrant, if I check the numerator, so it is 4 minus 12, so it is going to be negative and the denominator is positive. So negative over positive will be negative. So I know that the point which divides the join of 7, minus 6 and 3, 4 in the ratio 1:2 will be x will be positive, y will be negative, and it happens only in the fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, x is positive and y is negative. So the point dividing the join of 7, minus 6 and 3, 4 in the ratio 1:2 will lie in the fourth quadrant. So in this way, we finished the 11 beautiful questions based on the coordinate geometry. So in this way, we dealt with all the concepts involved in the coordinate geometry, and these questions were taken from the NCERT exemplars. So these are quite important questions, and I hope you would have enjoyed the session. In the next session, we will be dealing with questions from the circles. Till then, practice and practice, because in maths, practice makes the students perfect.